Hi, welcome to Wednesday on this beautiful, in Cleveland, hot summer day. First of all, before we start talking about portals, I wanted to give you an update. Ted is doing really great. It's 3 weeks tomorrow since his surgery, and no doubt he will be driving this weekend. So he has done super, super good. Um, there will be more information on portals in number 3 of the past YouTubes if you don't get enough information on this one. Okay, let me explain what a portal is. A portal is an energy opening that is created by live people, not dead people. Something really nasty had to happen: murder, suicide, drug addiction, nasty divorce, child abuse. Something had to happen very close to the space where the portal was blown open. It's blown open by negative energy. And that is why any of the earthbound spirits that come out of a portal are very, very negative. It's not unusual when somebody leaves me a message and I see a spirit standing behind that person in an orange jumpsuit. Now that usually tells me that somebody died in prison, maybe put to death in prison. Negative people come out of portals. A portal is always on an inside wall, never on an outside wall. And I have found a few in floors, in basements, in the lowest level, not in the kitchen floor if there's a basement underneath. It would be the lowest level of the house. But those are very rare. I don't see them very often. The good thing about a portal is that only one spirit can come out at a time. In a regular situation, you could have 2 or 3 ghosts in there, coming in through the garage door, the patio door, the front door. They can hang out, they can go with you in the car, they can go anywhere they want. And they can stay for as long as they want. One that comes out of a portal can't stay any longer than 48 hours. Usually a day and a half is about the longest that they will stay. Again, only one at a time. That is why sometimes your house is fine for 3 or 4 days, and then all of a sudden it seems like everything goes crazy in the house. Maybe that's a time if you have a portal when somebody is there from the portal. Now the other thing about any earthbound spirit that comes out of a portal, they cannot leave the 4 walls of the structure. If you have an attached garage, they can go in there. If you have an attic, they can go up there. If you have a basement, they can go downstairs. They can even go out onto a patio, an enclosed like a room, because the roof is there that's attached to the house. But they cannot leave the 4 walls of the structure. They can't ride with you. And when they're there, you definitely know there's a difference. This question is from Jennifer in Texas. She's got 6 questions about portals. Okay, Jennifer. Are portals in any way connected to ley lines? No, they are not. There are some areas in the United States that tend to have more portals in houses than other places, but no, it has nothing to do with the ley lines at all. 2, are there a certain number of portals around the world, or does the number change? In other words, do they open and close? Of course, they can be open at any time by anything negative happening in around that space, like I said before. When I go into a house, I close them and they're gone, so nobody can come out of a portal again. So yes, portals can be closed, absolutely. Could a house or location have a ghost from an existing portal and another earthbound spirit not connected to the portal living there? Absolutely. You could have, again, regular earthbound spirits that just came in through the front door, the back door, and followed you home from work. They can come and go as they please. But on occasion, there can absolutely be one person from the portal in there. And a lot of times when I clear a house, it's the existing non-portal ghosts that tell me, oh, well, Joe was here and he was a rapist in the 40s and he was put to death. So usually they like to blab about who's there. A lot of times when I go to do a house, even though I've seen somebody standing behind you, say in an orange jumpsuit, unless I'm there within an hour or two, which is not going to happen, a lot of times they're not even there when I get there. Can a portal be closed? If it can, does it need to be monitors, or once closed, forever closed? Forever closed. Unless you or somebody in the family blows one open again. So yes, they absolutely can be closed. If a person can't close a portal, how do you prevent entities from coming through to cause havoc in your home or business? If I talk to you on the phone, I will be able to tell you where the portal is in your house. I can't close it, just like I can't get rid of ghosts over the phone, but I can tell you where it is. And if we can narrow that down, then at least once a week, for sure, no more than 10 days, if you smudge right in that general area where the portal is, somebody's going to poke their head out of it and go, oh, no, 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 I don't like the energy in here, I'm not coming in. So yes, that is one way to do it. It's putting a Band-Aid on it. It's not curing it, but it's stopping anybody from coming out. And her last question, does the full moon affect portal activity? It does. It works the same way it does with earthbound spirits. They always have more energy, the working up to a full moon. And that would be the same thing with a portal. It's going to be more active. I mean, you might have one come out and one waiting to come in. So it's going to definitely be more active the week working up to a full moon. Okay, this is from Sally in Pennsylvania. I'm sure I have a portal in my house. Our house was built on grounds that used to be an orphanage many, many, many years ago. I have 3 children, 2, 4, and 6, and the kid ghosts that play with my kids have to be from the portal. I'm sure of it. Am I right? What do I do? I have to laugh. You're so sure of it, Sally. No. Kids don't blow open portals. Absolutely not. And this is on the same par as my house is built on an Indian burial ground. I don't think so. You have 3 children, 2, 4, and 6, active ages. There's probably ghost kids that have picked up with your kids from a zoo, from a play date, from the preschool at the church. Ghost kids like live kids. So I am sure you do not have a portal in your house that is allowing children to come in and out. If you think these kids, ghost kids, are disrupting your kids too much, then start smudging on a really regular basis. I don't know if I'd smudge so much with the 2-year-old or the 4-year-old in the house. Actually, I don't like that smoke with any children because you want to smudge keep the house totally closed up for 2 hours, and then open the windows and air the house out. So it's summer. Let the kids go outside and play while you do it. And I think just by doing that, you will definitely see a difference in the house. This one is from Ben in California. I bought a house in Hollywood Hills from the estate of an actor that was murdered. He was not killed in the house, but his body was found in the house. This happened in the late 60s and it is still not solved. All the ghost activity I have in this house, is it a portal because its previous owner was murdered? If the previous owner had been murdered in the house, I would say yes, that probably 99.9999% that it blew open a portal. But seeing that he was not murdered in the house, then no, I don't think so. But let's face it, from the 60s, anybody could have blown open a portal in that house. Who knows what activity went in that house, the parties that went in the house. Drugs, alcohol, free love, 60s. I mean, anything could have blown open a portal in your house. And so my suggestion is the same thing that I gave Sally. Start smudging on a regular basis. And your next question is probably running through your mind, is it the person that was murdered? I would have no way of knowing that just from your letter. I would need a phone call from your house, and I would be able to pick up from that if it's a man, a woman, or whatever. But no, that was not, absolutely no portal because of that. This one is from Harry and Molly from Michigan. My husband and I flip houses. Some are easy and never any problems. Some, it's one thing after another. It's like it's never going to get rehabbed. We have heard you say that flip houses could have portals. How can we tell? Well, you sort of answered your own question here. The house that you're having a problem with, getting it done, you could have a portal in that house. And again, the only way I would be able to tell for sure is a phone call. But it wouldn't hurt you when you're going to be working in that house once a week, once every 10 days to smudge it. Unfortunately, with so many people over the past years that have lost houses because of the economy, a lot of houses that are foreclosed houses, flip houses, rehab houses, whatever category you put them in, can absolutely have a portal in it. It's usually a dead giveaway if you walk in to purchase it and you see holes punched in the walls. Somebody's really angry. And so that would probably be a really good sign that you probably have something going on in that house. But again, smudging, you will at least get through the rehab if you do the smudging. I don't know, with you rehabbing, that's not going to close the portal. And so whoever would buy that house would probably have to deal with it then at some point. And the last one is from Australia, Charles. We live in Australia, and a long time ago, Australia was used as a penal institute or penal colonies. Countries would send the most heinous prisoners here, and they died in these prisons. We live in Melbourne, and the old prison from the 1900s was within 10 miles of our house. Could the grounds that the city is built on or houses be affected from portals? That falls into the orphanage being built on the grounds or the Indian burial grounds. No. A portal, again, has to be blown open. But I am sure that with what went on in the early 1900s and all these people being shipped to Australia to get them away from the good people, so to speak, I'm sure that there is a lot of earthbound spirits running around down there, and they're not very happy. Now, that doesn't mean that once they died, they couldn't go back to their original country. Just because they died there, they didn't have to stay there. But no, portals would have nothing to do with these people at all in any of the houses where these prisons or wherever they were at. Okay, again, there's more information on number 3 on the YouTube. Next week, on June 17th, Mercury retrograde till July 12th. Number 6 and number 20 in past YouTubes talk about a Mercury retrograde. I've got a few letters on Mercury retrograde that I will discuss in the beginning next Wednesday. If you have any other questions about that, get them to me so that I can answer them next week. And I think that's it for this time. Try to catch my Zoom on Fridays. They're pretty cool. Had somebody there from Germany last Friday. It was really nice. Have a great week. Enjoy the weather, and talk to you then. Thanks.